Hi everybody, I hope you're all getting on okay. This is your first tricky words lesson. I decided that it would be a good idea to still learn some new tricky words while you're doing your learning at home. Because normally in school you would learn maybe a new tricky word every day or a few tricky words every week, wouldn't you? So I would like you to keep learning your tricky words even though you're at home, so that eventually once we get back to school, hopefully we'll know more tricky words. Okay, now remember our tricky words are our red words, aren't they? They're the words that go on these red cards. And the tricky words are ones which we can't sound out. They look a little bit different to the way that we would think they would sound, don't they? Okay, so that's why we call them tricky words, or we sometimes call them red words. Okay, because they're a wee bit trickier to learn. So what I think we'll do to start is we'll go through all the tricky words that we've had in class so far and just check that we can remember what they all say. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to 3 new ones for you to try and learn and practice at home this week. So here are our tricky words that we know already. This one says no. She. We. My. You. So. Be. Do. Me. Of. We need to be careful with this one, don't we, that we say of and not off, because it looks like we would say off, but remember we don't sound this out, it just says of. I. This was a newer one that we learned just before Christmas. This one says her. The. Was. He. Love. And to. Well done if you managed to read those along with me and you remembered lots of those. I would be very impressed if you had remembered all of them, because it's been a wee while since we have practiced. So we're going to learn 3 new tricky words this week. Okay, now there might be some that some of you have seen before. You might have seen them in books and things and you might recognise them or maybe already know them. But for most of us, these will be new words. Okay, so the first one is this word here. This says your. Now it looks a little bit similar to this word, you. I wonder if you can spot the one thing that's different on this word. This one's got 4 letters and this one's got 3, hasn't it? On the word your, can you see that there's an on the end? So if we're writing the word your, all we need to know is how to write you and then add an on the end to make it say your. I could say this is your pencil. This is your book. That is your sister. Maybe you could try and come up with a sentence using the word your. The next word we're going to learn is one that we will probably need to use lots, especially when we start writing stories or start reading a little bit more, because this word appears lots in storybooks, and it's this word. It begins with a S and it ends in a D. But these sounds in the middle, we wouldn't say s-a-id, sad. No, we don't do that, because that would be sounding it out. And we know that for tricky words, we don't sound them out. We just have to learn them by remembering them. And I know that makes it really tricky, but we need to try our hardest to do that. Okay, this word says said. Said. Can you say that one? Said. The little girl said, I feel sleepy. Miss Farquharson said, Let's get ready for lunch. I wonder what sentence you could come up with using the word said. The final tricky word that we're going to learn this week is this one here. This word, it starts with an A, and it says are. Are. Can you try and read that word? Are. Like in the sentence, we are learning from home at the moment. Or, the children are playing in the playground. What sentence can you come up with using the word are? You tell somebody at home. Well done, everyone. That is your tricky word lesson for this week. So we've got 3 new words to learn. We've got are, we've got said, and we've got your. So if you could be practicing reading these and writing them at home, that would be really good and it would be really helpful for your learning. But don't forget, you can still practice reading and writing all of these other tricky words using the tricky word PowerPoints, which I have put on our Teams page, and they are also on the website for you to find. Okay, they're done in chili challenges. So the first one is a mild challenge, then there's a spicy challenge, and then there's a hot challenge. So they get trickier and trickier as they go along. Okay, so you choose the one that suits you best, and what I will do is I will add another PowerPoint that's got our new words on for this week. Okay, I hope you get on okay practicing your tricky words. Bye.